Welcome back, and it's Tuesday, which means we have some news to cover from around the Ontario Hockey League. Typically, we start with the CHL Top 10 ranking, but I think a lot of people right now are talking about the upcoming World Junior Hockey Championships, which are taking place in Sweden. And if you haven't checked out the interview yet of Sam Hillebrandt from the Barrie Colts being named to Team USA as one of the three goaltenders, you should go check that out because Hillebrandt he's pretty excited. It was great to catch up with the Barrie Colts goaltender, getting that exciting news. But shifting our focus from Team USA, let's look at Team Canada. They just dropped the camp invite list for the 2024 World Junior Hockey Championships. 11 players in total from the Ontario Hockey League getting the news today that they will be off to Oakville for training camp and preparations for the tournament. So let's go over the players who have made the list. I have it on my phone, so just bear with me. The forwards from the Sioux Greyhounds, we have Owen Allard, Denver Barkey from the London Knights, no real surprise there. Owen Beck from the Peterborough Petes, that one I think is a really good pickup. Another London Knight, we have Easton Cowan, the Toronto Maple Leafs prospect, so Leaf fans will be excited to see him there. Paul Ludwinski from the Kingston Frontenacs, I do like that selection. And really no surprise, Carson Rykoff from the Kitchener Rangers. He has been sensational so far this season, leading the league in points and goals. So he'll be a factor with Team Canada if in fact he makes that final cut. On defense from the OHL, we have Oliver Bonk from the London Knights, Michael Bushinger from the Guelph Storm, Jorian Donovan from the Brantford Bulldogs, and Ty Nelson from the North Bay Battalion. And we do have one more battalion to add to the list, goaltender Dom DiVincentis. And I think Dom DiVincentis, a solid pickup for Team Canada. And I hope he does make it because I think DiVincentis, even though he's had some injuries this year, season has been a little sluggish for him at times. I do believe he deserves a crack at Team Canada's lineup. So those are the selections for the preliminary camp list for Team Canada. And to note, there's 3 London Knights that made the cut, 2 North Bay Battalion, and we also have Kingston, Peterborough, and the Sioux also represented, and also Guelph and Brantford. So congratulations to those players being named to the preliminary list. And I think those guys are going to be pretty excited about the news. Of course, the World Junior Championships, they'll start Boxing Day, so December 26th. And there's going to be a lot of OHL representatives at the World Hockey Championships. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Also, yesterday, Team Switzerland announcing that 4 members from the Canadian Hockey League have been invited to their camp, and one of those players is from the Ontario Hockey League, and that's Rodwin Donizio from the Saginaw Spirit. So a lot of representatives for the Ontario Hockey League at the World Championships or World Junior Championships. So it's pretty exciting stuff. Still waiting for Czechia, and we'll find out if Edward Chalet from the Barrie Colts will officially be announced for that team. So some good stuff there. And let me know in the comments section down below your thoughts on the players making the preliminary list for Team Canada. I would love to see that. Now getting to some other news from around the Ontario Hockey League. The CHL Top 10 rankings were dropped today. And the OHL, I think, has had its best run of the season so far. 3 teams made the cut, and all 3 are in the top 5 for the CHL Top 10 ranking. The Baie-Comeau Drakkar from the QMJHL, they are first in the country right now. They're riding a 9-game winning streak, and they have wins in 18 of their last 19 games. So the Drakkar, they're having an unreal run right now, and definitely deserve recognition for top spot in the CHL. But looking at the OHL, the Kitchener Rangers, they're 3rd overall in the country right now. They have a 5-point lead in the overall standings for the Ontario Hockey League ahead of the Sioux Greyhounds. And they have 140 goals for, which is outstanding. And Carson Rykoff, who's been named to Team Canada's preliminary camp, a big factor in that. That 140 goals for, that's 23 best or better than the Sioux Greyhounds, who are 2nd. So the Kitchener Rangers continue to have a great run. They went 2-0-1 last week and are number 3 in the country. Coming in at number 4 in the top 10 ranking, the Saginaw Spirit. They have been on a roll. They've won 12 of their last 13 games, 3rd in the Western Conference standings as they try and catch the Greyhounds for top spot in the West Division. They have been fun to watch these last couple of weeks. And coming in the 5th spot for the CHL Top 10 ranking It's the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. They went 2-1 last week, a big win over Saginaw, which snapped the Spirits' 10-game winning streak, but then lost in the rubber match at home, and that was their only loss over the weekend. So the Sault Greyhounds, they are second in goals for right now in the OHL with 117, and they're 6-2-2 over their last 10 games. So Kitchener, Saginaw, and Sault Ste. Marie making the cut on the CHL top 10 rankings. Now, I wanted to specifically talk about the Niagara IceDogs today because Niagara did something that is pretty impressive. They won 2 games over the weekend. They're on a 2-game winning streak right now with victories over the Kitchener Rangers and the Peterborough Petes. I already just talked about Kitchener, how they're first in the OHL and number 3 in the country, but this is the first time in over a year that the Niagara IceDogs have also put together 2 wins in a row. You have to look back to November 25th of last year when they put up back-to-back wins against the Barrie Colts and the North Bay Battalion. Since then, they've been putting up a couple of wins here or there, but finally 2 victories in a row over the weekend. And Marcus Vandenberg, the Dorchester, Ontario native, a big factor in that. He made 77 saves in the 2 games, including a 44 save performance against the first place Rangers. Obviously, Vandenberg, a former Kitchener Ranger, so he was pretty excited to be back at the odd in that game. And what's also to note for Niagara, they only dressed 11 forwards as injuries have been quite an issue right now for Niagara. So a gutsy weekend for them to get those 2 wins, and we'll see if they can extend the winning streak to 3 games when they play host to the Erie Otters Thursday night. And I also just wanted to give a bit of an update in regards to the health of Colby Barlow from the Owen Sound Attack. The captain for Owen Sound, he has been out of the lineup since November 8th due to a back injury. The Winnipeg Jets prospect only appearing in 14 games so far for Owen Sound, and he's got 9 goals, 5 assists, 14 points. He's a key player on this Owen Sound team going forward, and you could tell they're missing their leadership. Their captain out there on the ice is Owen Sound. They put together some wins and then they put together a couple of losses. So it's like 5 steps forward and then another 5 steps back. They're just right now in a bit of a limbo right now in the Western Conference standings. And you got to figure that having Colby Barlow back would be a huge boost for them because I think Owen Sound, they're a lot better than what their record suggests. They right now just trying to ride it out, I think. And for the Owen Sound Attack, Dale DeGray, the GM, already coming out saying that he will not trade Colby Barlow ahead of the OHL trade deadline. So any of those rumors can be put to bed right now. He's figuring that Barlow will be back with the Owen Sound Attack next season. That's what he's figuring. But, with Barlow, he's got a lot of talent. And I'm sure for the Winnipeg Jets, they'll want to give him a look in the offseason and potentially the start of next year. But right now, there's no plans to trade Barlow. There's no timeline really for when he might be back in the lineup. It could be a few more weeks. It sounds like a week-to-week situation for Colby Barlow, but just something to keep an eye on going forward for the Owen Sound Attack. So that's the news items for today. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on the World Juniors and Team Canada announcing their preliminary roster, and even just your thoughts on the CHL Top 10 rankings, or can the Niagara IceDogs win 3 games in a row this week? Let me know in the comment sections down below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you again soon.